everybody, welcome to my makeup room and welcome to my channel Radiating Beauty with myself, Denise. Worked this long weekend, but I thought it would be really good because I have this product that I tried yesterday that I believe I got in one of my Ipsy Glam Bag subscriptions, and it's by Purlisse, and it is their Ageless Glowing BB Serum with SPF of 40. But the best part about this is it's supposed to be a brightening BB serum that gives you that kind of all over glow with the benefit of SPF 40, but it also has Bakuchiol and collagen and vitamin C in there. And basically what they've done is they've kind of made this concoction and they put all the benefits of it inside. So I thought that we could just apply it today. I could apply it for you on screen, and then we could go throughout the day. I could take a few pictures and just let you know how it's going. So if you're interested in checking out the Purlisse Ageless Glow BB Serum in Fair, of course, with SPF 40, then just keep watching this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick little lip scrub, and in order to do that, you can really make your own with a little sort of brown sugar and honey. I like to use this one from Fresh. It's the Sugar Lip Polish. It just has such a pleasing, lovely scent. If you know me, if you've watched my channel at all, then you know, of course, that I love anything that's kind of citrusy. You can also do a very gentle scrub on your lips in the morning time before you apply makeup, just by simply using a soft bristle toothbrush when you do your teeth. So you could do that as well. But I just kind of like to give my sort of lips a little bit of a scrub in the morning time, and then I like to put a little lip balm before I start my makeup for the day. So there we go. And of course the wipes I'm using, not that I'm sponsored, it's the Kirkland facial cleansing wipes. I have my MAC Prep and Prime, which I love, and I'm just going to put that all over. And yes, believe it or not, there is an actual prep, just like an eyeshadow prep. There's a prep made by MAC. It is very, very moisturizing, comes in this cool tube, and it's good for just putting all over your lips before you lay down any sort of lip product. Okay, so here's the product itself. I should have checked. I will definitely put in the description bar below if you want any particular details or prices. I will definitely put prices for this. Of course, I'm Canadian, so I'll put the Canadian prices down below. So just know if you're American, of course, then you'll be able to get this much cheaper. So here is the Fair. You can see it is a serum-like consistency. I just put a little bit on there. It's going to be very light, but remember, it's an SPF of 40, which is just awesome. Okay, so I just added a little bit, but as I was saying, I really just like the idea that it's SPF 40, and then I like to kind of just slather that all over the face. Apply this with a good makeup brush. You could equally apply this with a beauty sponge. And yes, we can see it's very, very glowy. I would say that this BB Serum foundation is definitely a medium coverage. The Fair is very fair, as you can see, but I do not sunbathe at all. Very, very fair, and I would certainly risk getting hyperpigmentation. I would certainly risk, getting skin cancers. Certainly, I've had many a sunburn since I was young. There is no scent. There's no scent to it at all, which I really appreciate because I can't stand when companies put in actual fragrance in the foundation. I mean, it's one thing to have some maybe body makeup and have a little light fragrance. But it's a whole other story when you're putting in actual perfumes and artificial fragrances inside, like an actual facial product. And when it's foundation and it goes all over your face, even more so, it's just kind of nice to not have to have any additional fragrances added. I like the idea of the Bakuchiol in that it is a retinol kind of I guess a substitute. Your skin is really sensitive to retinol products, then Bakuchiol, you'll see it sort of springing up in a lot of skincare. It's just a wonderful way to get the benefits of retinol without the irritation of retinol. And especially going into the summer, you know how retinol can make your skin very scaly and red and dry. And then that makes it more susceptible to any kind of sun damage. So loving that. The collagen, of course, we all know. It's a little difficult though. I mean, I think tongue-in-cheek collagen on a product that sits on your face, I think that's great. But really, at our age, if you're over 45 and older, you need to be supplementing that collagen level from within. So collagen supplements that you would take orally that got digested are much better than anything that could be absorbed on the surface of your skin. That's just a known fact. And of course, from the time you're about 30, 35, you start losing all of that lovely collagen sort of layer in your skin, and your body produces less of it. So it's always good to supplement. But anyways, but all things said, with the SPF 40, the Bakuchiol, which is the substitute for the retinol component, and the fact that it is supposed to just be enlightening and glowing for the rest of the day, we're definitely going to try it out. But it went on just quite seamless, and I'm pretty happy about it so far. My first love for Charlotte Tilbury, and probably my only second Charlotte Tilbury product other than the Pillow Talk lipstick, and it is this one, which is the Under Eye Magic Vanish Under Eye Color Corrector. This one is in the color number 1, which is Fair. And it is a cream product. Now, there's a few other people that put out cream products that are similar. I just love this because it just goes on seamless. And the whole idea is that it just cancels out that blue and grayish kind of like vein discoloration. You can see right away the difference in such a small amount. And once you put it kind of in that inner sort of tear duct area, it just brings your eyes to life. You can see, I mean, I still have wrinkles and bags, but you can see just in here how that totally transformed my sort of rather tired morning eyes into something that just looks a little bit more human and fresh. And for my brow game as of late, I have just been loving the Sephora Gel Brow Eyeliner. This was in the color Taupe. And I know everybody has different rules for when they're doing their brow. But, you know, some people are like, if you brush up your brows, you're doing it the wrong way. You need to see exactly where, you know, you need to do the fill-in. So most people are saying, you know, brush them down. But I already know the contours of my face. I know that this brow is not as full as this brow. And so for me, I don't need to brush them down. I can just really just know exactly where I need to sort of fill it in. And I do. So, you know, and everybody has a different sort of brow product that they like. I'm loving these Sephora products here. I tried this in the last Sephora sale and then sailed right through it. So I just picked up another one. And I just like, you know, the color just works for me. It's just a little bit darker, of course, being that I'm a blonde, and it just, I don't know, it really sets my brows nicely. I don't have to use a pomade or anything to set it. Anyways, that's all I do for my brows. Okay, so the next thing I like to do when I'm doing kind of a light makeup day is I like to just toast the edges, as Scott Barnes, I think, has coined the phrase. Last summer I picked this one up. I can't even remember the price point. Again, if you're interested in prices, I'll certainly leave this. This is JACLYN Hill Cosmetics line, and she put out, I think it was four or six different cream bronzers. I want to say it was 4. There was a lot of talk about the fact that she wasn't inclusive in her line, but this was the first cream bronzer that she put out, and I think, quite frankly, she was just kind of, you know, testing the market because she didn't even know if this would be a go. And I love this product. I have fairly sensitive skin. No big surprise. And so I often wonder if a cream product will actually break me out or cause my skin to have a reaction, and it doesn't. Sandy, which I believe was her lightest. But I love the beauty of a cream bronzer and how it actually blends. And so I'm just going to put that on. Of course, just kind of like get it where, you know, where the sun is going to hit it. I don't like to use my cream bronzer as a contour because this, believe it or not, does have a slightly warm undertone to it. And so bronzer that's used as bronzer should go on the high points of your face where the sun would actually hit it. If you want to use a bronzer for contour, that's not a problem. Just make sure that if you're light like myself, then the bronzer undertone is actually a cool tone or neutral bronzer, because if you're contouring, you want to use whatever you're using as a contour as a shadow. Whereas normal bronzers are meant to warm up the face. So you totally could use a bronzer with a cool undertone to do contouring. I prefer to use a bronzer for a bronzer. So that's my lecture on that. Okay, and I'm just going to, like I said, I'm using the bronzer as where the sun would hit it. So that is definitely kind of in the cheek area here, just on the side. And then, of course, the chin. I mean, anytime you're out in the sun, you're going to get that sort of, you know, kiss of sunshine. And, of course, on the nose. So I'm just going to use it here. Does my nose ever miss the sun? Not even when I'm kayaking with my husband and got everything covered, including my white baseball cap to keep the sun off my face. My nose is sticking out there, so it's getting a kiss of this really lovely cream bronzer. So you can just see right away how that just kind of warms up the periphery of the face and really enlivens the face. It kind of brings it all to life, doesn't it? It's just like a little bit of layering, and each kind of layer, if you will, kind of just brings the face more awake and alive, and I'm here for it. Picked up the MORPHE eyelid primer, and I think I've mentioned it before, but nobody talks about this, and this to me is one of the better eyeshadow primers I've ever tried. You saw me shake it there just because I have a little caddy on my desk and I keep all of these products upright, and it's an emollient, so it kind of just goes on. It has like imparts a little bit of color, but there's like a type of oil in this particular eyelid primer. I know that sounds a little off-putting because if you're like me and you have oily lids, then you don't want to be using something with oil. But it's like an emollient that they've put into their product, whatever it is, and it will separate if it's warm in your room and you're standing it upright. So I just give it a good little sort of shake up before I actually put it on my lids. All right, so now it's on my lids. I'm just going to leave it. I am going to now, I think I'm going to do my blush. This one, I have been and always will be a huge Tower 28 cream blush lover. I love my Magic Hour by Tower 28 for my skin complexion. It is just the best that I've used. But Morphe put out these blush bombs. This is in Mighty Mauve, and I know it looks a little bit scary there, as in, wow, that's really dark, but it is a cream blush, so it goes on just as deep or as light as you like. And I live for this kind of healthy glow with these cream products without screaming like, yes, I'm wearing blush. It just looks like you just have a little sort of like healthy glow there without, you know, being too obvious. You can see that that's just one light tap. You could see that you could really sort of like build that up to be something that's just far more dramatic. But that's the extent of my blush right there. I'm going to just take a fluffy blending brush and grab, you know, a nice bronzer again. If you're doing this look with me and you're just using a powder bronzer, then use the same bronzer you used on your face. This is like the easiest summer look, and then I take a little, of course, a tap off. I have hooded eyes, so I have to kind of raise the brows just to get a little bit more sort of real estate. And then I just want to go in very lightly, and I'm just going to start in the crease, but I'm eventually just going to fill in the whole lids here. Just really sort of light dusting. And also this gives a really nice cohesive look to your overall makeup, especially if you're just running out the door and doing some errands like I am this morning, because our little puppy Watson, he has to be groomed today. So we're going to be going to the groomers shortly, and my husband does the driving and I do the puppy holding because he's a very, very nervous little dog. He looks great in the groomers, but he doesn't really like the groomers too much. So so there's always that. And now I'm going to take my beloved NATHASHA DENONA, called the inner corner. But you guys, I mean, there's nothing as pretty as a NATHASHA DENONA sort of like, I don't know, eyeshadow. I'm a huge NATHASHA DENONA fan. Do I have all of her big palettes? No, I don't. But the ones that I have in my collection, I can tell you, like hands down, and I must preface this by saying I don't own any Pat McGrath eyeshadows. I'm thinking about getting my first palette, but I don't currently own them. And this palette, you know, when it was like a big sort of rave and review and everybody loved it, I just thought the colors, the blush, everything, it was just a beautiful kind of travel palette. This is the smallest pencil ever. I am a huge Gerard Cosmetics lip liner fan. To me, they make the best lip liners, like really do. They are just, for me, perfect. They're opaque. They're smooth. You just sharpen them with a regular sharpener. They've got a ton of colors, and at least once, if not twice or more in a year, she has a big sale on her website for my American friends that it's like 55% off. And I think if the order is 50 and over, or I could be wrong, it could be free shipping in the States. I know, unfortunately, generally, you know, she does ship to Canada, but usually the order has to be over 100 to get the free international shipping. But either way, great lip products. That's just the lip liner. I believe this was in the color Spice. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes because, like I said, this is a very easy makeup day. So just give a little lift to my lashes. So I hope that you guys have some really nice plans for this weekend. Like ABH Lash Brag. I got it in at Christmas time. I got a Lash to Go Sephora Favorites mascara box. And I'm just going to apply a light coating of mascara because, again, I just want to keep this makeup look just really, really easy and simple. And light, so nothing too heavy, as we are leaving shortly and I have to get dressed. But yeah, I hope that you guys are planning something nice. I believe you would have the same long weekend in the States, and so I hope you are all planning something with family and friends. It has been very, very hot over here in Western Canada where I live as well. Crazy hot, in fact, and I am so incredibly thankful at nighttime at my age that we have actual central air conditioning, because even though it is expensive to run with electricity, but I can assure you there would be very little sleeping going on in my house without it, because I'm one of those people, no matter if it's 1,000 degrees outside, I have to have even a light sheet over me when I sleep. I don't know, it's just a thing. Oh, this mascara has almost reached the end of its little sample life, but I'm so happy to have used it. Beside me here, I have just some of my MAC products. This is, I don't know what color it is. I just love it. It is just like a light pink Mama Star. This was when there was a collab, I believe, right? This was a collab lipstick, so I can't remember who did the actual collab now. So if you do remember, leave that in the comments. And this, if you may recognize, is one of the Sephora lip stories that they released 2 years ago. All these lipsticks were made in Italy. So fabulous product, fabulous quality, and they were literally $10, and they had a multitude of different ones. This was in the color Tan Lines, and you can see it's just a very nude, almost like a neutral nude, like no warmth to it. But I love an ombre lip, so I kind of just put that in the middle, and to finish it all off, because in summertime you got to have a little bit of extra shine. My Dazzling Lips Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss, but any sort of lip gloss that imparts just a light little sort of pink would be perfection with this light makeup look. And then finish it off with your favorite setting spray. Of course, I use the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day because I think there's like 10 different scents to them. This happens to be in green tea. So is my very I'm all wet. This is my very, very casual, just light out the door makeup look. But you know what I love about it? It doesn't age my skin. I didn't use concealer. I just used the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish Under Eye Color Corrector. It doesn't crease. It doesn't set into fine lines and wrinkles. You can see I have mature skin. I have some hyperpigmentation over here. I've got the crow's feet, the bags, the wrinkles, like everybody else. This is a face that's au naturel, that's been untouched by Botox or filler or anything else. I even have to remind myself to go and get my eyebrows done every now and then. Not super high maintenance. The best way though to protect that aging skin is, you know, just kind of staying out of the sun, because sun damage will do a number. And just hydrate, hydrate, hydrate inside and out. All right. Anyways, it's not a lecture video. I hope that you have a really wonderful long weekend where you live. Please leave your comments all down below. That's why I do these videos the most. It's certainly not for the money, for the fame, for the glamour, because there's no glamour here and just me sitting here in my makeup room with my pajamas on. But it's to share the love of makeup with you for all ages and supporting women. And not just mature women, I've got women of all ages on my channel too. And I just love what we all bring into this part of the YouTube world, which is our love for makeup and all things fun with makeup and skincare. So anyways, you guys, take care. And if you like this content and you like me, please hit the thumbs up if you like the content. That just helps more people to see my videos. And certainly if you want to come back, I post about once a week because I am a busy working gal. Then you'll be kept abreast of when I upload my next videos. Until then, you guys, have a wonderful long weekend.